this conspiracy.
Dummy. Conspiracy dummy.
Hey, welcome to Conspiracy Dummy, the conspiracy podcast that is the alien invasion. I am your host, Double D-469. Joining me on the podcast today, my brothers from other earthly mothers. First, JC-945. Joaquin, what's good, homie?
Welcome.
Welcome. Any shout outs, any plugs, anything you want to promote, put out there in podcast land?
No.
On to the next one. Next, we have B.E-214 Brandon. What it do?
Hey, yo, what's good?
What's good, homie? Anything you want to promote, put out there, plug, shout out, you want to put out in the ether?
Yeah, I want to promote Lit Clicker, and I want to promote Breadly, and also Just Be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout. Next, we have the last space invader, D.F-972. Greetings, my friend.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening.
Anything?
DF stands for don't be funny.
Don't be funny. Don't be fucking around.
Be serious.
Don't fuck around.
Anything you want to plug, put out there, shout outs you want to put out and that travels through space and time?
Just thanks for tuning in. We love everyone. We love you guys. I love to be here. It's a great time to be alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plug his butt.
No, I'm kidding. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Well, let's invade these motherfuckers with Project Blue Beam. It's a conspiracy theory by Serge Monast. He's an investigative journalist and a conspiracy theorist. He worked on Masonic and New World Order conspiracies. Project Blue Beam is a book he published in 1994 in which he states NASA and the United Kingdom will usher in a new world order or a new age religion by staging the second coming of Christ through technological simulated holograms.
Wow.
Color me.
Are you still? You just got more?
Unsurprised.
Oh yeah, man. The whole thing is to abolish religions, national identities, and the whole family unit. It's just to get everybody to serve under one new world order. But, that was in 94. I don't think bringing the second coming of Christ is going to do anything. It's probably create more conflict in the world. So that kind of theory changed to this sci-fi, it's going to be, instead of Christ, an alien invasion that they're going to stage to usher in this new world order.
A few things. I was trying to research PBB on YouTube yesterday. Strangely enough, you can't really, there's not a lot of info on YouTube, which is usually kind of a red flag for these kind of things.
There was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's all the videos go? Because I know there has to be tons of them.
The
but
dark web.
Yeah, what the fuck? So that's weird. Then I also read not just about the alien stuff, but it was kind of taking it into the deeper like religious part of it, where they were going to try to have holograms that speak to each specific person and like how they feel and their religion. So
yes,
it would show you like holograms of Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha or whatever the hell it is that was your thing.
Yeah, there's steps to it. There's
it was one of the steps, right?
Yeah, it's steps. Like the first one is to break down all archaeological knowledge and like set or stage like an earthquake or some kind of natural disaster, right? To get everything going. Just think of all the fucked up disaster movies, right?
Right.
Next, number 2 was to like create holographic images that would project everywhere around the world simultaneously. So at the same time, you're going to see invasions of aliens or UFOs. They have number 3. They have satellites with communication systems that will be able to speak to maybe individually or at once. That's what you're saying. Mm-hmm. And number 4, that all of mankind will believe that this alien invasion is happening, and they're gonna try to attack. And basically, the whole thing is to blow up the fucking world and create the apocalypse. So that's the conspiracy there. This dude, man, he's what you call?
Yeah, let's talk about him. Like, what are his
Yeah.
credentials? Where does he come from? Who is he? What has he done?
Yeah, well, I mean, I know very little about the dude. In 95 and 96, he claimed that he was being hunted by the authorities for his involvement with networks that prohibited info. So he was already becoming like paranoid as fuck.
Paranoid motherfucker.
Yeah, like
I heard they was like a French Canadian or something like that.
yeah, and he was homeschooling his kids. He got really paranoid. He didn't want any people getting involved with his family. He also was the model for the character for Mel Gibson in the movie Conspiracy Theory.
Good movie.
Which is like a movie based on the idea that the MK Ultra, project was a real thing, where they like brainwashed and programmed people to be assassins and to forget their lives and just ordinarily be people, and then when triggered through
Hypnosis or
hypnosis
some word.
or some kind of like I forget how they did it in the movie, but they would basically abduct them and put them through this process that of like light, flashing images,
Like a Manchurian candidate?
drug induced,
Shit.
and yeah, dude. So
Yeah, man, that could
and,
be a
and
possibility.
extreme violence, yeah, and extreme like pain.
It's a distraction.
Hold on, look. This, if it has to do with NASA, we gotta look into it a little bit more.
Oh yeah, no, we will.
Yeah. I mean,
But let me say one more thing about the guy. He died in '96, 2 years after that conspiracy theory that book he published, Project Bluebeam. Right, 2 years later, and the day before he died of a heart attack. But the day before he was in jail. A lot of his fans believe that there was some foul play, and also a journalist that same year that was investigating Project Bluebeam died as well. Sorry, carry on, Brandon.
no. It's just
But NASA, there's a lot.
this
of
whole
fuckery.
thing with, he said his claim was NASA with the UN was attempting to implement a new age religion.
Yes.
Which wouldn't necessarily surprise me just because of all the other conspiracy theories that there are about NASA and that they're
Oh, there's many.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is it that there are others shit on the moon?
No,
other
is that
than-
they're like Nazis or
Dude,
whatever?
they say
You know?
that- There's people that think space is not even real, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get there someday. Who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be
flat
convinced.
Earth people.
Oh, beyond that.
I mean,
Simulation, bro.
yeah, that's another show. We're gonna have to
Yeah,
go.
that's
go
another
a
whole
little
show.
bit deeper in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I mean,
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
when you list off all these steps, they really do bring to mind the comic book like Secret Invasion,
Yes.
where the Marvel comics basically have a race of aliens called the Skrulls that shapeshift and they infiltrate and they abduct and basically become like embedded into like society, and then one day like they invade. And what happens also, everywhere that there's like an attack and blah 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 blah, there's a projection of a woman in whatever fucking country's native tongue, whatever. They're all talking directly to them, saying like, oh, okay, we're here because of him, basically ushering in like a new thing. Obviously they're invading, right? But they're
Yes.
talking about like this God, like there's one God, and so they're doing everything for him. So they're trying to push this idea that like, oh, this religious over thing to it. It's not just like people conquering you, but we're doing it in the name of like this religious thing. He just loves you, and
Well, dude,
we're here to tell you that.
it's happened. Like, if you look at history, paganism converted into religion or
I bet you
organized religion.
The Spanish probably did that shit too, man.
Oh, yeah. For reals.
They rode up with a flag and a crucifix, and they were like, "Yo,
And not just that. With
let me
this-
tell you about this dude."
Yeah. And now with this whole conspiracy too, it's also like Star Trek did a theme on it too with an old episode and a movie before too, like in the 70s called The God Thing that was never released. But that episode, Devil's Due, is very similar. Is that correct? We saw it the other day.
Yeah, we watched it. Basically, like all these two warring or this planet that's at war constantly gets brought together under the what do you call it? The guys that like this person was going to bring peace, and that the deal was like they bring peace to the planet, they unite the societies, and 1,000 years later they basically have to like turn themselves over to her as her slaves and whatever.
Yeah.
And so the show's about like her showing up 1,000 years later, being like, "Look, hey guys, I gave you all this piece. I told you what the deal was, blah, 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 blah. And Kirk don't buy that shit for a second, dude. Captain Kirk don't buy that shit for 1 second. Picard, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But what I said after the episode was that you needed really good technology to be able to catch that. And you needed good, basically, ability that Picard had to see through her front.
And that he mentioned that being old technology. When does that time take place in Star Trek in that Next Generation? The year?
That's at least 2,000 years into the future.
And he called that old technology.
I think he said in the 4100.
For us, it's we're on the brink of... No, it's here. That's going to lead to my next question. The tech is available. The future is here. Are aliens real, and are they visiting us? Or is it a distraction? A false flag? And if so, who and why are they doing this?
Without a doubt, aliens are real. Like, without a doubt.
What do you think, Brandon? Let's start with you.
I think it's a weird, squiggly, thin line between like aliens and like supernatural, divine stuff, or things that we consider to be like divine. And I've been saying this, and I try to talk to people about like my entire like hypothesis for, like God and aliens and stuff like that, and why we're here. And this your question leads me to I guess talk about that, because it's like I think the difference between like us and God is technology. It's a little bit of technology and time, right? Yeah. And so like our technology is getting up. It's getting pretty crazy, but it's like, how long is it going to be before we start seeing shit flying around, or we're able to,
what's
we're
the limit?
Ones. Yeah.
What's the limit?
I don't think there is any limit. Like the limit is
man. Yeah. There's
the limit is like immortality. It's basically like figuring out things on a technological front, but it's definitely real. I don't think it's a distraction, unless they're trying to distract us from finding out that we are some kind of divine creatures
Joaquin,
or whatever.
I definitely see how the religious references to like things that they see, you know what I'm saying? Angels, this, that, and the other thing. It seems kind of like coincidence that like also we describe aliens kind of in the same fashion, right? People that visit us from either outer space or from other times kind of do the same things that like they describe in these like religious texts, right? They show up, they either fly, they float in the air, they perform some kind of like unexplainable thing.
Ancient aliens.
You know what I'm saying? They are either able to resurrect somebody, or heal somebody, or fix somebody. And we've already seen like it shows in through like, Star Trek, things like that, where they get caught by like terrestrials from like the planet that they're visiting, and they have no way of explaining how they healed their crew member.
Well, you think the terminology for its time, for back then, I would say gods and angels is like nowadays aliens and UFOs. The terminology. I think you see more sightings of UFOs and aliens nowadays than you see like God or angels flying around.
I think,
you know what I mean? At one time, that's what they interpreted, and that's what they knew. You know what I mean? Or what they referenced.
Here's an even larger question. Even larger question, I think, is like, why is it that we're like always up looking at the sky as like the source of what we need to like either travel to or understand? We're not even trying to understand like what's going on in our own. I mean,
you look to the sky for understanding, like
exactly.
The answers.
I think we don't look as
like,
much.
Where did
as
that
we
come
before.
from? You know what I mean? That had to have come from somewhere. Did it come from like early on fucking visitors to our planet?
Yeah, but even when you're thinking, like not even like, let's say you're sitting here and I ask you a question and you like start thinking about it.
You don't look
like,
towards the ground.
Up, yeah, you look up like, where's the answer, motherfucker?
Ponder.
Like, yeah, you're like, well, it's like a thing.
What do you think, Dennis? Nelson?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are, really. If you're a conservative farmer, or if you're a liberal academic in the city, if you are a Canadian Minister of Defense in the 21st century, all those people that they have in common, everyone just about has in common, they're connected to some kind of UFO or alien history or experience.
Yes.
What?
More often than not.
What?
Really? Because,
I don't
like,
know.
for example, let's just say if you're an academic, logical thinker, mathematician kind of dude, you just have to do the math and just say, okay, well, how many habitable planets are in the nearby galaxy and the nearby cluster?
The Drake equation.
That'll prove itself mathematically. But let's just say if you're, I don't know, a conservative religious type, you just got to go back and look at your ancient texts and find evidence of that. So no matter who you are, I think you're going to ultimately kind of more or less prove or somehow discover that you've had some kind of connection with UFO and the alien experience.
Yeah.
Even if you talk to somebody, they're always like, I know somebody that said that they saw an alien or they got abducted or something like that.
Yeah, before we get into more of this, let me ask you guys, have you guys seen a UFO?
I've never seen
Is that true?
I've never seen jack.
Because earlier you told me you saw something.
Nah, I don't remember seeing jack shit. But what I did experience was like some very
Anal probing?
I just remember experiencing some very weird I don't know what you would call it.
Nighttime.
It was a very weird nighttime like
Loss
thing.
of time.
Nocturnal.
Loss of time. Like I remember
emissions.
I would
Call getting faded.
it would be like 1 week straight.
Blackouts.
A wet dream?
I was probably maybe like, I don't know. This was in the 90s. So I was probably in the middle school. I was like 13, 14.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely blacking out back then.
So I just remember for like a week straight, I would wake up already sitting up in my bed, and I would look at the clock, and it was always exactly midnight. And it wasn't like the midnight that where it was flashing where you didn't set your clock. Because I remember I set my clock because I had to wake up at an alarm. But it was at midnight every night.
Was it blinking?
I just said it wasn't blinking. And so I just remember that, and I would wait, and I would look and wait until it changed like time to make sure it wasn't like broken or nothing. Like it wasn't like a blackout. And for sure enough, dude, 5 days straight, 5 days, I woke up midnight, already sitting up in my bed at midnight. I don't know. Can't explain it.
Okay, but that's not a UFO.
Well, no, that's not a UFO, but that's what I'm saying. Like I've never seen shit.
Abduction.
Just the
You
experience.
just didn't see it, but who knows?
Yeah.
You got abducted.
You know, I thought when I was a child that I saw something when I was flying. I was on a plane, but knowing what
Something on the wing.
know about childlike minds and how your memory could, your memory of your memory could be pretty fucked up. Like I swear I have memory fuck ups like every day where I think I did something, I didn't do it. So I don't think so. Yeah, I definitely don't think so.
Same for me. I've been driving down 75 around Richardson, Plano area. I look to my right, and I don't even know if my mind or my eyes are playing tricks on me. Because you know how sometimes you just want to believe so bad. Like you don't even know, like, oh shit, okay, is this... I think my mind's just playing mind games on me.
Yeah.
I thought I saw something. Could be a cloud or a plane. I don't know for sure definitive because I was driving.
Most likely your brain doesn't remember correctly. Because like if you've done like acid or some kind of DMT or mushrooms, you know that your brain is capable of making shit look
That's not
different.
there,
That's not there, right?
Even in your
And so-
dreams, maybe you interpreted something happening.
So it makes it not be possible that your brain could be like just a little fucked off.
Well, even
for a
like
second.
the pathways in your brain, man, they probably can get crossed somehow. You know what I mean? Where one memory kind of bleeds into the other.
Yeah, that happens a lot with me. It happened this morning.
What
And
happened?
yesterday.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and yesterday. It's like I yeah, those things happen for sure.
I mean, there's definitely things that are like I think I remembered them differently than they happened. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one that remembers it like that.
Oh, dude, for sure. I was 100% positive the other day. I woke up, I fucking had my phone, or apparently I thought I had my phone. So my girlfriend, she got up and she was like, asked me what I'm looking for, and I was like, I can't find my phone. She's like, well,
I got it right here.
Did you have it? Yeah. She's like, did you have it? I'm like,
Look what I found.
I'm like, I texted people this morning. I found it. I went and got off the couch. I went and took a shit. I did all this stuff, and she's like, well, who'd you text? I'm like, I don't remember. And she's like, it's in the car, you asshole. It's probably in there. Sure enough, it was in the car. I made up all that shit. It never happened.
Yeah, you never did any of that stuff.
Yeah, I never did any of that shit.
You never got
dude.
your phone inside the house?
No, I was never with my phone inside the house at all.
Oh, shit. That I can't fucking explain.
You just bring your brain is just not as good as you think
Maybe
it is.
aliens took your phone.
Aliens, bro. I always say aliens too, man.
You just need the
Best
hair.
excuse
You need
ever.
the
I like
hair.
poltergeist. You just use those things.
Yeah. All right. So let's kind of go through history, bro. Let's just see the evidence. See what's out there. Well, Romans, they fucking ruled over 1,000 years. There's a lot of UFO sightings within Roman times too. But astronomer Jose Bonilla, in August 12th, 1883, in Zacatecas, Mexico, in an observatory, he saw 300 dark-shaped discs cover the sun. And that was like one of the first, I guess, in that time for the early recordings in the 1800s. 1800s.
1883.
1883.
I don't believe any sightings before 2000. They're out.
Yeah, there's quite.
I'm just
There's quite a few, man. I just touched on just the famous.
You
ones,
can't trust anyone before like 1940.
Before digital recording.
Yeah,
and shit.
but slavery and before, you can't trust them at all.
That's what I was talking about my grandma.
That's fucked up.
I'm just playing.
That's what I was talking about my grandma.
So let me see.
How she was from the old times.
And she remembers it kind of like.
Well,
Wait.
like she's from Zacatecas, right?
Uh-huh.
And she was born in 1937. And she basically, before she passed away, I asked her, yo, have you ever seen aliens? Tell me the truth, please. I know you're honest. Grandmas don't lie.
Grandma's never lied, bro.
And she said, yeah, I have seen them. And she said, I have seen the cylinder shape with like a shiny metal color.
Whoa.
It just kind of zoomed by the sky, making no noise, nothing. And you could say, she's a grandma. She doesn't know what a plane looks like, blah, blah, blah. Because Zacatecas is wide open country, 2,000 meters above sea level, high open desert plateau.
There's a lot
And
of
it's,
yeah,
yeah. And so
crazy stuff.
I don't think my grandma would lie that, and she would be able to tell the difference between an airplane and a stainless steel colored cylinder thing flying in the air.
Right? I mean, those are completely different, like, shapes.
I don't. My
You
thing
can't-
is that like over time, your memory just doesn't work that way. You don't remember things exactly. Like it's so not photographic.
This is so true.
It's
This is so true.
It's not.
But I think if you saw that in the sky, you'd remember that.
No, you
I
wouldn't,
would.
bro. I literally couldn't remember what happened that morning, like an hour ago. Like it's not. Doesn't work that way.
But you got to think also that, like, his grandma's not, dropping E and friggin' taking
but-
fucking
but
DMT
she's a
and
girl.
fucking all this
Every day.
shit, bro.
She's
You know
a
what I mean,
grandma,
bro?
though, bro. A grandma.
Yeah, all
You don't
right.
know what Granny did in her day. You don't know.
No.
Oh, this is true.
You don't know.
Okay,
Wait,
well,
look, hold on, wait.
she's-
I got something. So here's what's weird, right?
Yeah.
The Romans, they had a lot of UFO sightings, right? There was like thousands. Or what is it?
Yeah. There's
A
quite
lot
few.
of
I
UFO
just didn't get
sightings.
into many of them.
And
but
then the, Egyptians.
Egyptians, I do have one,
Uh-huh.
an earlier one. Pharaoh Tutmosis, or
Mm-hmm.
the third, saw a UFO. He described it as a fiery disc.
And
1440 BC.
probably the Greeks,
Yes.
more than likely. And so all of them had like these weird, one, giant structures. Two, they had these strange like god systems, right? Like the Romans and the Greeks were pretty similar.
Pagan gods.
Yeah, the Egyptians, we know their system, and we also think that they may have had some alien shit
Yeah.
go on.
They're the ones that are most likely
right.
to have had alien shit.
But
going
all
on,
of these,
bro.
like these
Aztecs, Mayans.
these are
And also the
rulers,
Mayans.
or they had like they were at the top of society at like some point, right?
the pinnacle.
And they've all had some sort of weird alien contact.
And they have
situation.
observatories.
Yes,
I just came from Chichen Itza. They had an observatory.
Mm-hmm.
up
I
there.
guess you
So they
can
were
add
studying the stars.
the Nazis to that list.
yeah.
Also, yeah.
They're in ruins as well.
Yeah, but they had some kind of weird. I mean, they really. I mean, they didn't believe in like sky. I guess they did believe in sky gods, right, or a sky god.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like all these
just
movies,
one.
bro, like freaking Hellboy and Captain America.
Dude, we just talked
they're
about it
all
in the
about
very
fucking
first
Nazis
episode.
believing in that shit, bro.
Yeah.
We just talked about space Nazis in the first episode. Remember that?
This shit.
Yeah.
All right, but next one, Aurora, Texas, bro. It's like an hour from here, from Dallas.
we should go visit.
Yeah, dude, we should. In April 17, 1897, a UFO crashed, and the locals recovered the pilot of the wreck, the body, and they buried it in their local cemetery. The thing is, planes were not invented until like 1903 or 1905, like 4 or 5 years later. 6 years later. So who the fuck was flying in 1897, crashed, and they buried an alien body out there?
Well, it was either some other country that figured out, like some inventor that figured out the technology before,
I mean, you got
the rights.
Exactly, because you got to think like Leonardo da Vinci, bro. He was fucking drawing flying machines, bro, back during the Renaissance or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And like to think that there wasn't some other advanced minds of the other parts of the world putting things together. You know what I mean? We have to believe.
And he drew that shit, but it didn't work though.
I mean, that shit did not work.
Dude,
But,
didn't
I
he fall
mean-
to his death or something?
Yeah. But that's my point though. It's like it's so close in time that some, asshat could have already made, or have been testing this technology, or some government could have been testing it somehow.
Bro, but you read it
The Wright
and they're
brothers.
talking about like they did not know what this shit this was not from this world is how they described it. Obviously they didn't have no photographs or nothing, but like they buried this thing and they all decided to like keep it on the down low, bro, because it was fucking weird, dog. Like that's the way the article goes. It was like
such a ridiculous
it's like
thing.
okay, it's like if an alien landed right now in the backyard while we're recording, and we just was like, okay, guys, we're just not gonna fucking say shit. And then like,
Okay, why would we do that?
100 years later,
Why would we
Go
do
dig
that?
it up.
obviously, like,
No,
Road
we would
trip.
not
obviously
do that.
they had like a ET experience
Bro,
with
listen
it,
to
bro.
me. I'm going to
It
record
was
it
like,
on my
bang.
cell phone and upload it to Facebook, YouTube, Vimeo, Twitter,
Live.
I'm
SoundCloud.
totally, yeah, you're right. You're right. I would totally do that too.
Bro, listen. And I'm going into hiding after that. So,
It's like fucking Will Smith and Enemy of the State and shit.
nah, bro, they're gonna treat me like that, like fucking, like dude, Snowden, and they're gonna make you, you can't just.
Yeah, you're gonna have to move
They're
to the
gonna
moon and
extradite
shit.
you, fucking, or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking take you.
No,
like,
for like that fool had to like
Leave.
flee the
bounce
country.
the country. Yeah.
Yeah. Assholes.
Yeah.
I mean, right? That dude is kind of like almost an American hero. You think about it. I mean, I'm not gonna go in and
He's
say
a
that
patriot.
shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
But
think
the
he's a
fool,
patriot.
like, I mean, he wouldn't go through our government fucking training programs and become a fucking analyst or whatever the fuck he was, and drop a bomb on fucking the Patriot Act on us,
Yeah. I want to do an episode on that too, eventually.
right?
Yeah.
Just to,
But I mean, okay.
You're deviating.
your
Sure,
DVD.
yeah.
Okay.
Continue, Double D.
All right. 50 years later, Roswell, New Mexico. This is like the famous. You think of UFO crashes or anything with UFO activity, Roswell pops up. In July 1947, a UFO crashed in a field out there somewhere, and debris and a body or bodies were recovered by the military, I don't know, some government officials.
It was actually printed
Allegedly.
in the newspaper
It was printed in the newspaper
and then redacted. the
and
next day.
redacted, like a day or so, and they said it was a weather balloon. There's pictures with a guy holding the material that's on the floor, but I think they had him like fake it or some. How the story goes, I don't know too much. I'm gonna have to do an episode on that too as well.
Photoshopped.
Yeah, and that's one of those big.
I remember that.
You
shit.
go to Roswell, bro. It's crazy. It's a tourist attraction with UFO activity.
Okay, so I remember watching this movie in 1994, and it was basically called Roswell.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
It's a good one.
The one thing that stood out from that was that they had this metal that no matter what they did to it, they put it on like diamond drills, they drilled it, they put it on heat, they shot it, you know,
They would fold it up.
all kinds of
And it would
shit.
just-
And they could not like damage it or
Can't do
scar it
anything.
or anything
Yeah.
like that. But it was like thin as paper.
Thin. You can
But it's-
crumble it like paper,
but-
and it would just go back to its
But it
regular
was like,
form.
yeah, it was like strong as steel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so you makes you wonder, dude, like what kind of shit crashes? What kind of like shit like that crashes? Is able to crash and then fragment into so many pieces as to being able to study by lower life forms.
I tell
Maybe
you-
it was a Chinese bootleg, a copy of it.
No, I think it's totally like, if you think about, okay, so it's super strong, obviously, but it had to probably go through incredible distances and through incredible.
Right, we have no way of
Shit
knowing
to
what it was,
get here, you know?
it encountered.
Yeah,
along the
yeah.
way. It's
So
true.
that in itself could, weaken it to that same level somehow. Like if it had to travel through some like wormhole or somehow get here the speed of light, it probably went up against a couple elements.
Also, why is it that like every time there's a sighting, it's always some fucking jank ass fucking footage, bro?
All
We
blurry
can't
and
never get
shit.
no like real legit like
Now when we have badass
actual
fucking
footage.
phones, you don't see shit, huh? It
Yeah,
was like
now that we have like the ability to like see things perfectly,
fucking
like,
HD
I don't
quality.
see no fucking bullshit.
can't see shit.
And now I wouldn't even trust it because you could like CGI that shit.
Yeah, that's a bummer, huh?
Yeah. Did you hear about the theory where after the Roswell crashes, there's like a timeline of inventions, that all led up to like the microprocessor,
The CD player,
and a
Ooh,
couple of
yes,
different things.
fiber
that
optics,
we didn't really
laser.
know
Fiber
about.
optics.
Yeah.
There's a boost in
Infrared,
technology within
sonar.
stealth.
Yes,
Mhm.
fucking flashlights.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not mad at it, man.
The shake weight.
And then that whole the homie
Kevlar.
Bob Lazar,
Kevlar. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, Kevlar. Yeah.
and he said he worked there, right?
At Los Alamos or so,
Yeah.
somewhere in that area. I used to live near there, so
Bob Lazar.
there's some crazy shit. Bob Lazar, bro.
And all the interviews of people that have interviewed Bob Lazar that I've watched, or things where they're just talking about him, they say that he seems like a pretty totally
Like a
normal,
normal dude, huh?
sane guy. Like other sane scientists are like, oh no, he seems like he's pretty normal to me. Like he's not trying to get over on you, or he's like he's not getting anything out of.
And they try to silence him too. They try to erase a lot of his
Yeah.
records. And
Well, that's why
stuff.
he came out, right, to protect
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah, and he
If
was
he's in the
ridiculed for that.
spotlight,
Yeah.
in the spotlight, I mean, everyone's gonna see you go down if you're in the
And
spotlight.
everything he said, bro, I think has
Yeah,
came
that
true.
element, right?
The
It was
element,
like some kind of element that we didn't have before. Then he was like, dude, they found this special element, and then it ended up being true.
Yeah, element 115. Is that what it was?
element 115, I believe, or something. Yeah,
I don't know. I can't confirm or deny it.
I can't
but
confirm it right now.
My memory, we just talked about that.
Yeah, and you got right after Roswell, you got the Battle of Los Angeles in 1942. UFOs were spotted over at LA, and it was thought to be the Japan right after or before Pearl Harbor or after, I'm not sure. And right after that, the Foo Fighters, UFOs were seen in World War II over the sky in Europe. And the Phoenix Lights, like these are very famous one too, man. This is a very famous sighting. The Phoenix Lights.
That was recorded.
13, yeah, many times, but many people. March 13, 1997, it was seen in Arizona, Nevada, and Sonora, Mexico.
Yeah.
Sonora, Mexico. And thousands of people saw this shit, dude. Triangular form UFOs hovering in the sky
At
silently.
least 300 miles in the air.
Silent. You can't even hear. Like usually you'll hear
So
jets,
you know it's not
planes.
like a blimp or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's just not going to be like that big.
Dude, thousands of people saw that, man. There's pictures, there's shitty video because it's in the 1997.
I have a way of
Some
debunking.
VHS.
I almost have a way of debunking that shit.
Go on.
Go ahead.
Let's just say.
Get 'em.
Let's just say. Me as a filmmaker want to show a spaceship landing from the sky, right?
Like George Lucas?
From the perspective of somebody standing on the ground, right? So obviously you're looking up. All you had to do is have a large 2-dimensional plane hover above a large space, right? And it would appear to be 3-dimensional only because you couldn't see, you couldn't pan around it. You couldn't rotate around it to show that it wasn't like a real object. And you could have that suspended by like a plane or something that could hover or balloons or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like, so if it was just me and you, we were watching it from the ground. If it was just like a flat piece of paper looking down on us, we couldn't be able to tell if it just blended in with the sky. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Optical illusion?
An optical illusion.
Distraction.
Yeah, but a bunch of other people like recorded it though. Like a lot of people.
Yeah, no,
recorded
that's what's
But
kind
if
of
it's
hard.
but
There's
if
so
it's
many
from that
people.
high, you couldn't tell. Like
That is true. What we're saying right now, Project Bluebeam, that's what it could be, man. Like straight out, if that many people is testing it.
maybe they were testing it.
My question is, why would you go through the trouble of making that deception?
Well,
What's your objective?
I have
the
a
whole
question. I have an
question I'm
answer
trying
for
to-
that too.
yeah.
I have an answer for that too. So
That's
back.
the whole podcast. Right?
He has all the answers.
That's the whole
So
podcast.
I got an
bro.
answer for that too. There was the filmmaker Orson Welles that for no other reason other than to do it faked an entire alien invasion on the radio that people believed. It's called War of the
remember.
Worlds.
Yeah, I remember.
War of the World.
He did that just for no other reason, just to do it. And he talk about like these monoliths. Who's fucking doing that for what reason other than just to do it?
Yeah, but I think it's not just to do it, but to prove that you can do it. Like,
Also,
or
yeah.
that anybody like
They have to test
something
it.
like this that could be one thing, and these tests could be 70, 50 years apart.
Yeah.
Where who knows what that may be. But yeah, if they're definitely able to do it with some radio tech, and they're like, no, in 2021 we'll do it again with actual holograms and fucking space shit.
Well-
Spider-Man Far From Home, bro, with Jake Gyllenhaal is about a guy that visits us from a quote unquote another dimension, and he fights Mysterio, and he fights other dimensional beings that have followed him
Like
to
that Star Trek episode. Double
and so
D.
exactly, and
Using
all it is a bunch of fucking drones
Simulated technology. Holograms.
projecting holograms, obviously causing destruction in the same fashion.
And
that
they
the
use
projected
drones.
Things would be.
He's using nothing but
That's
drones
using
in there.
drones,
Yeah.
and we have drone technology.
For real.
Yeah.
We almost have hologram technology, to be honest.
Okay, also this year, fighter pilot retired Commander David Fravor came out on the JRE and he said that he chased and recorded a UFO. And this blew up. This is pretty big, man.
Yeah.
And it's known as the Tic Tac on the radar screen.
I saw that. I think that's the most compelling piece of evidence we have thus far. And
Yeah.
to me though, it's just it is a little strange because
It is, man.
I was talking to someone and
Very.
they kind of were a little more skeptical about it than I was. They're like, well, videos can be doctored, this and that. I'm like, well, it came from the U.S. government. And then I was like, well, it did come from the U.S. government,
Yeah.
And so what, this whole time they're like, no, we don't know anything about this shit. And then now all of
that's
a
the
sudden
official-
they're like, we know
Wouldn't
about
this
shit.
be the way they leak stuff out? Get somebody
Yeah.
to come out say that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Trek,
I don't trust them.
there are Star Trek episodes where they encounter other alien races that obviously they have no way of explaining how they're able to heal and use and explain their technology. So what they end up doing is just creating a pact with their fucking society to say
With
like,
their
okay,
leaders, yeah.
and with their leaders to say like, okay, once you guys achieve like this certain
Yeah. I've seen those.
warp capabilities.
warp capabilities, we'll come back and make you guys part of our federation and
Yeah.
shit like that. So that very well could be what's going on in our case.
Yeah, but there's all the talks where that guy, he was an Israeli
That's
space minister.
The former Israeli space security
was saying
chief.
some crazy.
Yeah, he was with
crazy
the program
shit.
for 30 years, bro. Haim Heshid. Sorry if I fucked up that name, but
he
He's
said
just
that
the
we
latest
know,
one. I mean, we've
Yeah.
had the Disclosure Project, where they had
Oh,
a bunch
that's
of
true.
government. I don't know if y'all remember the Dr. Stephen Greer thing
Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah.
interesting
in
too.
the early 2000s, I think.
I don't
When-
know.
No, but he's like, we
All-
know about
all
aliens.
government
Yes.
employees.
They talk to
came
us.
out and said,
They tell us what they want.
Dude, he was with
they
the
know the
space
president.
program. He was
All
with the-
this shit.
Yeah, he was with
Yeah.
the Israeli space program for 30 years, and he's quoted saying, "Aliens exist, and humanity is not ready." So
we're still worried about the Kardashians.
But he said some crazy, yeah, and then he said some crazy shit too about like how the you aliens are in cahoots with Israel and the U.S. and that Trump is working with this galactic federation. His words.
Yeah, I read that.
So when I heard Trump and then Galactic Federation, I'm like, man, dude, you lost me. Fuck. Because I was getting into that shit. But who knows, man? I don't know.
Why would you make a deal with that dude?
But due to his, I guess, him not winning the election, I guess before he was going to come out and announce the existence of aliens. But now, since he lost, I guess he's not going to, I don't know. That was
I
what he
don't
was
know
trying to
about
say.
that.
So
I don't
that's
know
what,
about that shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
They
man.
always say that they're going to disclose it, but at the end of the day, they don't do shit.
If he wanted to win, he should have said told us before the
Yeah.
fucking election. You asshat.
Yeah, that's
Huh?
for sure, man.
yeah,
Because ain't no
bro.
way anybody gonna kill him after that shit. Because they'll be like, oh yeah, there are aliens for sure.
For real, you got the Secret Service all over you, man. Like, for real. And you just come out and say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was really, really weird. That shit that he was saying. And then remember Trump said he was trying to do the Space Force. Remember that?
Space
Like,
Force.
hey, yo,
Space
we need a space. He
Force.
came out
With
and said
a
that
logo
shit.
that
And
looks
they-
like Star Trek.
And they
Yeah.
shut that shit down real quick because they probably didn't want him talking shit.
No, we're gonna have a Space Force.
I don't know, man. Then that
I'd be
just-
fucking down for
I think
so
they
many
just
questions, though.
created Space Force as another government
Distraction.
agency to funnel
money.
bunch of money
Get
through.
money. Yep.
Remember
Maybe
that
that's what
Chappelle
NASA
skit?
is
If
too.
they just say, okay, you know what, we need
Yes.
more money for a
Yes.
new brand.
Maybe that's what
Exactly.
NASA is
Yeah.
for too, man.
Remember that
Just a
Chappelle
front.
skit?
Well,
when he
NASA
was
is
president.
I think, more regulated than that. But if you start creating like another sector of military, it's just you can just call it classified, and you don't have to report that shit.
Mm.
Trillions of dollars can go into there, and you don't have to call it because it's classified.
And again, this year too, man. The Pentagon, March 2020, an astrophysicist. Let's see, I have it right here.
All these qualified people, huh? Government employees and
Yeah,
shit.
an astrophysicist, Eric W. Davis, who worked as a consultant for the Pentagon UFO program, is quoted saying, "Having off-world vehicles not made from this Earth, that we have that spaceships."
like fucking Independence Day and shit.
Or Race to Witch Mountain.
Yeah,
A race to which mountain? Yeah.
I like that Disney movie, dude.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, bro. Like,
but like
I
why
honest-
now?
I honestly, like, when it comes to conspiracies, I stay away from ones that sound like too much like movie plots. That's the only reason.
Yo, maybe they're like angels, like you
That's
said,
good.
Maybe
bro.
they're using
Yeah.
movies
And, like,
to
gods.
Yeah,
like
man.
get people
Yeah.
used to the idea of aliens. Because if we didn't have so many alien movies, I mean, people would be a
Nah,
lot
bro.
more freaked
Remember,
out.
like with all the gods and stuff back, they had like chariots and shit.
Chariots
and maybe
of
that was
fire.
like maybe that was like our interpretation of their vehicles, and then we like tried to copy that shit
that-
and
and-
made some.
and that just
and now there's
That just shows that it's been here for that long. That phenomenon,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
alien intervention, which they call at one time divine intervention. So-
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never heard the term alien intervention before.
I just coined it right now.
maybe this, maybe this planet was like what if it was a destination planet where you will go take a vacation, like the planet Floston in The Fifth Element.
This is
Dude.
true.
Where you go and travel, but now, shit, yeah, there's the locals are just polluting the place. Why stop there? Why keep going to that place?
I
It's
totally,
crazy.
yeah, man. I mean, if you have alien cloaking technology, you could just post up, watch Earth for a little while, pop some beers, you know what I'm saying? Just scope it out and then dip, you know what I mean?
Get some Earth bitches, bro.
Get some Earth bitches.
Hey, dude, Earth girls are not easy, bro.
Earth girls aren't easy. That's a good movie.
All right,
That's an 80s movie.
and there's another strange phenomenon or whatever. I don't even know
Actually,
what
it's
to
called
call.
Earth girls are easy,
Are easy. Oh, maybe.
which we all kind of know.
Yeah. And there's another strange phenomenon going on this year. I don't know what to make of it. Street art, vandalism. I don't know. It's monoliths.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Monoliths are being dropped in put everywhere around
All right,
the
here's
world.
the thing about monoliths.
That's weird.
We
bro.
know which ones we've discovered, right? How many more are yet to be discovered that are buried? Like Earth moves and changes, and water and erosion.
Yup.
It's quick to cover up a bunch of shit. Like, I don't know if y'all heard about Mayan pyramids being found in North
Yeah.
America, like
Yeah.
United States, all the way up to Canada, Georgia. There's a few, and there are pyramids that have recently been discovered through lidar imaging
Yeah.
in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones in South America, right?
Yeah.
It's the
There's
same
some
type
in
of
South
pyramid
America.
they've been discovering in Guatemala and shit.
Yeah.
They've been discovering
Alaska.
here.
Thousands of cities.
Yeah,
And-
that are under the rainforest, right?
Yeah, they're that shit's
and
crazy.
they don't really know if it's Aztec or Mayan, but it's a similar.
It's
pyramid
badass.
that they're finding.
Yeah. Are you talking about like that stuff or like those monoliths they recently found?
Well, yeah,
Those
I was
little-
gonna get into that too. But the monoliths too. They're finding like in Utah, fucking
El Paso.
Oh, that's
Paso,
just some
San
dude trolling
Antonio.
for the gram, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
it's like,
monoliths in Utah. That's somebody that just made that shit up and said, "Okay, I'm gonna go trending
Yep.
and see what's up."
I
Yeah.
totally fucking
it's
agree.
attention, but it's a distraction. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's a distraction. But you're right with those archaeological finds that they're finding too, man. Like the other day, I just saw some pictures on Facebook, and I don't know what to make of it, bro. It's like leaked images of this archaeological training site that they're excavating. That they're finding like statues of Mayan-esque. I don't even know if that's a word, but
Man,
of
they-
aliens. Like they're with aliens doing sacrifices and just. I don't know, man. I don't
Man,
know what
those
to make of
alien
it.
things, they look like they came out of a freaking like gift shop, bro. Like they are cute and cuddly with the fucking round eyes and the perfectly round, like carved like stone.
It looks
And-
too-
but it's like out of like this. It looks like I don't know what kind of stone it is. It's really pretty, but like it shit just looks too picturesque. I'm like, how the fuck are they making this shit fucking thousands of years ago? And you look at the fucking cave paintings on the fucking walls, and these shits are look like they're fucking carved with a
But-
fucking like a rock and shit.
But there's plenty of like stuff
somebody
they
could
find
draw.
like that. Yeah, there's
or the cuts.
Somebody
Or
was
like,
an artist.
how
you know?
can you cut granite with such a laser-like precision?
This
How
is
can you
true,
do that? And
dude.
we can't even do that right now. I mean, that's granite.
I don't know.
It
man.
looks like granite.
We're
Yeah.
gonna be finding a lot new things soon with these sites that they're excavating and discovering. Yeah,
I think
that
it was a lightsaber now.
that lidar technology, man. That's like what you can find within minutes would take people like a decade before. Shit. I don't know, years to excavate or find.
You probably can't even find because you just think it's another hill.
Yeah,
when you're
exactly.
walking on the surface.
You don't even know what it
But
is.
if you see it from the sky in that different type of imaging, you see, oh shit, there's actual edges and shapes that are not natural.
Yeah.
And that's what they're talking about. That's what they're seeing.
Well, I hear like a lot of these like pyramids and even underneath them are filled with like these stones that are like, or these rocks that are like essentially generate energy or something like that. Kind of like the theory is that they're like not just like structures, but that they're actual like conduits of like
Yeah.
of energy or some kind of fashion,
Well, yeah, because it had to generate enough energy to like dock the spaceships on it or something. Like
Yeah, some shit like that, right?
that. Yeah.
That's what I don't know. I just like how like like you can't really explain like the materials that these things are made out of always seem to be like
maybe there's shit that they mine from their asteroid or their local moon. I think once we start doing that, we'll begin to maybe try to make some progress.
I think
Because I'm like,
Make
the
it
planet
other
is a
elements.
collection of elements, and we've developed our periodic table based on what we found here. But what about the shit that maybe is on the moon or an
Elsewhere.
asteroid or a comet?
they have landed on asteroids already. Yeah. So
And
I think
dig shit out.
like once, I mean, they've landed on asteroids like successfully. I think we're gonna try to catch more of them. Maybe see
Yeah.
what like kind of rare metals, rare elements are on those things. Bring them back to Earth, analyze them.
I think most of the other rare metals we've like synthesized and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not really finds from the moon or Mars or
some kind of
Or a comet or asteroid. You know?
so yeah.
The Milky Way. There was a article too I saw the other day about the Milky Way, about alien civilizations that there's many in our galaxy that are dead. Like how these scientists, or let me see, it was 3 students from Caltech and 1 student from high school published and got this. How they did the research is they did the extended version of the Drake equation. That his equation shows this, like there's plenty of life or civilizations in our galaxy. But how they did the extended version basically is how they're saying the center, the galactic center of our galaxy, the civilizations that are closest to it are more than likely like dead. They're deceased due to like exposure to radiation, a halt in evolution, and the tendency for intelligent life to self-annihilate itself, either through climate change, technological advancement, or war. Those civilizations are more than likely to be dead or non-existent. And us, we're in that Goldilocks zone where we are thriving right now, and beyond us or after us are like civilizations that are not even in existence yet.
Right. That's what you're saying.
So we probably aren't, who knows if we are being contacted.
We're probably in that Goldilocks zone in space and in time.
I hope
I
explained
totally
that
agree. Yeah, in
Because-
space and time.
Yeah, because I don't really think that humans could probably get more comfortable than how we currently are. I mean, as it is right now, we need to do more physical exercise because we're way too comfortable.
more. Way too comfortable.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
that-
we can get more comfortable for sure.
I definitely agree with that.
And that's like a whole nother theory too about space travel and then things that are visiting us right now. The aliens. What if the aliens that are visiting us are our future selves, like us from the future, like experimenting with time travel? That's why they get some. Because really, if you think about it, dude, if they're crashing, obviously they're not fucking gods. They make mistakes like us. So
God's
So maybe
No,
made
some
aliens.
stoner aliens,
Aliens.
crashed
Yeah,
in
right.
Roswell.
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
god,
thinking.
gods, I don't think they would just crash and burn. So whatever is crashing and burn, like Roswell stories like that, obviously it's something like similar to us. But
It's kind of like Brandon said. It's like you don't know what these fools encountered
And-
while they were on
and
their
on
way
top
over
of that,
here.
gods may
If.
make some mistakes. Like, because that,
They have stories
by
about
us,
that
it's like,
shit
too.
yeah, God
True.
made dinosaurs and then made people.
Shit, he made a whole fucking rainbow to say sorry about flooding the whole world and shit.
Yeah,
you know
like,
what I
what is
mean?
this?
Like,
Dinosaurs
There's-
and then people, supposedly. That sounds like a mistake to me.
dude,
I think there might be dinosaurs and people at the same
And so-
time.
dude, there's a theory that they think that aliens took out the dinosaurs.
There's a theory that fucking dinosaurs were fucking birds and shit.
Dude, I'm gonna
They are
I'm gonna do an
kinda birds.
episode soon on
Yeah, you're probably right.
on dinosaurs. Who knows, man? Shit.
I mean, aliens very well could have took out the dinosaurs.
Well, if you think about it, if they are visiting us
They're
from
like,
the future,
nah, fuck these fucking dinosaurs, motherfuckers.
say it's time travel. Say it's us visiting from the future. If you give that a description of a gray, like slender, small body, right? Like big head, gray skin or whatever, big eyes. You would think, no gender, you would think us in the future, if we were to evolve, we would have, the sun would fuck up our skin. So, or we would be fucking interbreeding
Thousands of years.
and we'll just be one color, you know what I mean? Which will happen. And
I mean,
But our
your
heads are gonna
cranium
get-
would
yeah,
expand if you're just
exactly.
like, yeah.
because what you said right now, we just are lazy, bro. We try to make shit easy for ourselves. We're not going to be doing less work. We're just going to be using our brain. So our bodies will get thin. Our
That's
legs
where the
will get big.
description of
They
like
would
the
atrophy.
grays.
Yeah.
there you
And then
go.
we'll stop fucking producing and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe artificial simulations or.
Why do I need to go bone if I can just do artificial thing?
Yeah.
Artificial
There's
boning.
so many movies on that shit too, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So what if that's what's visiting us?
I would think that like
Trying to
A,
make contact.
What is more believable, space travel or time travel? I honestly think space travel amongst great distances is probably more feasible than time travel, as like we don't know what the fuck takes time travel. What do you do to time travel?
I think space travel is time travel.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I see totally what you're fucking talking
Yeah.
about right there.
Because
Yeah.
space and time are
I mean-
totally interconnected.
I mean, like time. Okay,
You're right.
okay. I guess I mean
I was just talking about
Time
Brandon on
Joaquin's
the way
mind's blown.
here.
time and space travel as we know it in like movies. You know, like chronologically moving through time.
Well, there's
to
like
a-
5 different versions, man. Because there's like there's space travel, or there's a time travel where when you go to a different timeline, through whatever it means, it makes a new timeline,
Alternate dimensions.
And then there's the one where it's like there's like the paradox where you can when you travel to a new place or new timeline, like your current self is there and you can meet your own self, and then some timelines don't have your old self because just by you bringing your new self in, it gets rid of your old self. I mean, there's a bunch of different versions of the possibilities.
I mean, like to say, okay, yeah, if you were to travel the future from this current point, would you still be in the future had you left? You know what I'm saying?
Dude, the only way to debunk time travel is I'm gonna reappear in 5 seconds in the future.
I don't think no.
See, well, at least it's not gonna happen in my time. But
Not the Bill and Ted version, anyways.
all right, but let's kind of wind it down. So, what are your thoughts after talking all this? Are you still? What do you think? Are aliens real? And are they visiting us, or is it a distraction?
I definitely think that something is visiting us, and that may be aliens, it may be God, it may be angels, and I think that it could be used as a distraction for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say. I
Damn,
think it's
fucking
both.
Brandon thinks it's everything and shit. It's fucking everything.
It's everything.
There's
I feel
aliens.
the same way, bro.
There's a distraction.
I
It's a
don't
little
put
bit of both.
Nothing past anybody. I'm like,
No, I think it's both. I,
I
think
think-
it's
yeah.
both because I mean they have to be just
Something, yeah.
mathematically.
I think there's motherfuckers
historically-
distracting us from the existence of aliens. Is what I think.
Yeah, and they create this whole little green men thing idea, and that's the normal trope.
But
of
dude,
an
this is a
alien.
long con. You're talking about thousands and thousands of years of sightings.
the biggest cons
we
take
didn't
the
even- we
most
didn't-
time to plan.
Yeah, we didn't even get into abductions. We didn't get into any abduction stories, but there's plenty of those too. Plenty of anal probing,
implants.
implants. Shit, there's like I know we didn't. There's so many shit to get
Yeah.
into. Well, yeah, I think we're all on the same page right here. Could be a little bit of both, right?
Bro, this shit's real out here, man. Y'all be careful. You know,
For real,
stay
man.
woke.
Stay woke.
Don't get probed.
Don't get pro.
Yeah.
187. I was gonna say. Okay, next question. What are your predictions for 2021 for next year?
We still don't see no fucking aliens.
Status-
We still don't see We still don't see no
I see the
aliens.
status
We
quo.
still don't fucking find out
Nah, bro,
shit.
listen.
We're gonna make contact, bro.
Listen,
It's the
this
year
is
of
what's gonna
contact,
happen.
bro.
Biden's gonna, unfortunately, you know,
die.
and then we're gonna have our first fucking black female president, and then she's gonna get on
Word.
the podium and pull off her fucking lizard head.
Oh,
bro.
shit.
It's gonna be like fucking
And then lift up her
nuts.
skirt, and it's gonna be a
Fucking lizard
Lizard.
dick, bro.
oh shit.
Fucking that's Kamala cock. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be more of the same. Dude.
I want to end it right there. That was so cool. But I got another question, man. What, were you gonna say something, Dennis?
I think it's 2021 more of the same shit.
Probably. I think so too, man. I think
Like a
hopefully
repeat.
everything's gonna go back to normalcy and shit. We'll just get back a slow build for everyone. You know, hopefully some recovery and shit. Hopefully there's whatever the fuck's going on with this bitch COVID.
I think it's gonna be a repeat or worse. Right? It's gonna be a repeat. Like January, February, March, we're like whatever, and then it's like shutdowns coming, and then we're there, and then no one's getting their fucking money. Then more furloughs, layoffs, new strain of COVID, more people sick,
man.
more people
Already a
dying,
new strain of
more
COVID.
people fucked, then more mental issues that everyone's fucked, more mass
Man.
layoffs. I think it's gonna be horrible.
Horrible. The only silver lining in that is more episodes for conspiracy dummy.
Yeah, bro.
No, that's fucked up. But hey, what is your New Year's resolution, if you have any?
Fucking make some money.
Get that money.
Write songs every day, and work out all the time.
I just play.
Dennis?
I guess just improve myself, man.
Hell yeah, man. We all need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
All right.
What are you? Wait.
What are
Double
your-
D.
Yeah, what's
Double
yours?
D. Bring it.
My prediction for next year?
Your resolution.
Resolutions.
I want both.
Also, yes.
My New Year's resolution, man. I just want to take care of the fam, cherish friends, and just fucking boldly go where no podcast has gone before.
Yeah. Already.
But also, man, I would like to thank everyone. I would like to thank you guys for being on the podcast today and for being a part of it. I would like to thank everyone else that came on the podcast, those that I reached out to and they came on. I'd like to thank you. And for those who reached out to me and came on as well, thank you all for being a part of it. And to everyone who's listened to the podcast, thank you as well. Love y'all.
Hi, Danny.
Hey, Mom. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. I'm going to ask you a few questions.
Me? Oh my God.
Yes. Are aliens real? And are they visiting us? Or is it a distraction, like a false flag? And if so, who's behind it and why?
How I think about it?
Yeah.
Have I really seen anything? I don't know.
Like, do you believe there are aliens visiting us? Or you think it's just some
I think there is, because I told you that one time by the hospital I was driving and I was turning by a light and all of a sudden the car was right in front of me. Like it came right in front of me and it never could have came from anywhere and was like right in front of me, and then it ran real fast and got away from me, and it was like weird. Like it came out of nowhere. Anyway, that's my thing. I'm thinking that there's strange things that go on,
Do you think it was a car or just something that flew by you, or?
No, all of a sudden I turned the corner and all of a sudden there was a car in front of me and I don't know where it even came from. It was like right, like it came out of it came out of like nowhere. It was like right in front of me, and then I went fast to try to see who it was and then they went to the stop sign real fast and they took off. But it was like weird. It was like, when you see those you see those videos of vehicles just coming out of nowhere. That's how it was with me, and to this day it just like freaks me out. So yeah, I think anything is possible.
What kind of vehicle was it?
It's like a small car.
Not like a spaceship or anything like that?
Well, no, it was like a small car, but I mean,
it just popped out of nowhere?
Yeah, it was like it came out of nowhere. It was like, yeah, you would have to be there for me to explain how it was, but like I almost hit it. It was like that right there in front of me, like came out out of nowhere. Anyway, it's like weird. I don't know. But I know a lot of people that do believe in it, but that's all I know. Yeah.
Interesting. How about, what are your predictions for next year, 2021?
2021? Oh, I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I just hope it's a better year than this last year was. No, I think it has to be better. I think it has to be better than this year was. I don't really not thought too much about it. I just want to be able to get out of the house and go places except for just to work. Yeah, I haven't really thought too much about it, but hopefully just a better year.
Better year? Okay. What, do you have a New Year's resolution?
New Year's resolution? Let me think. I haven't really thought about that either. No. Anyway, mainly it's just like if this is all over with next year, to be able to travel and do things that I haven't done before.
Oh yeah, we will.
Go places I haven't gone before.
We will, Mom. Tell Dad too. Well, you guys take care. I love you. Happy New Year.
Oh, you too. I'll call you again. You call me.
Okay, love you.
I love you. Bye bye.
Mr. Williams, what's up, Mr. Williams? How you doing, my friend?
What's up?
Are aliens real, and are they visiting us, or is it a distraction? And if so, who and why are they doing it?
I don't know. You got me kind of on the spot here.
I've been getting everyone like that.
The government?
The government? You think they're behind it? You're not the only one. A lot of people think that.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the only thing I can think of would be the government.
What are your predictions for next year, for 2021? Mr. Williams.
From like a UFO standpoint, or just in general?
Just in general. Could be a UFO standpoint.
I don't know. I mean, hopefully some normalcy. That would be lovely. I think there might be some like breaking news as far as aliens are concerned. Who knows? We'll find out though. There's been a lot of kooky things going on, monoliths and people coming out talking about aliens, all these crazy reports. So I don't know, man. We'll see.
And they're finding statues.
I'm just hoping
too.
for some normalcy, really and truly. Shit.
Well, that's true. I think we all do. A lot of people do, including myself. What's your New Year's resolution?
Shit, I don't really have one. To just be a better person than I was last year or the year before. And that's really all I can try to do for the most part. Not like one of these fucking nerds who wants to fucking go to the gym or, you know, I'm gonna stop eating gluten or whatever the fuck. So
Yeah, that's cool, man. Be real.
what about yours?
Me? Just you know, be there for the fam and for friends, and just do more projects. And
Nice.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, you should paint at least once a month. I think that should be your resolution. You should paint at least once a month. Doesn't matter the size or whatever. Just fucking paint something at least once a month. I think that'd be tight.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Along with everything else, of course.
Yes. All right, man. Thank you, Mr. Williams.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, you take care, man. What up, man?
What's good, Joshua?
What up?
How you doing? My friend?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. I'm missing. Let me ask you quick questions, bro.
What's up?
Are aliens real? And are they visiting us? Like making contact with us? Or is it a distraction? Like a false flag? And if it is, who you think's behind it and why?
Me personally, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think, I
I
don't,
don't think aliens are real.
me?
Hi, Hoya.
Oh,
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. What are your thoughts?
Josh doesn't think aliens are real, and I didn't know how I felt about that for a long time because I think they're real. I just don't think we're in contact with them.
You don't think they're trying to make contact with us? Oh, I don't think we are in contact with them.
Well, I mean, they may not be in our galaxy. You know what I mean?
Mm.
They're in our own galaxy. They're probably in another galaxy. But do I believe there are, you know, other galaxies out there with, like, maybe not Earth-like, but definitely.
So, like, all the, like, alien crashes, alien sightings, all the abduction stories. That's what I'm saying, trying to think. Is there really something going on here? Or is it, like, a distraction, like false flags, people... I'm thinking it's probably a little bit of everything, but what are your thoughts? Especially this year, too, the 2020.
I don't know, man. I'm not on that radar. That type of stuff, I don't know. It doesn't come in my little realm, so I'm not too up on all that stuff.
Yeah.
As far as, like, researching about, you know, like any alien contacts or anything. I've heard of it, you know, like some of the stories in Area 51 and all the, you know, all that stuff. But
All the areas, yeah. True.
yeah, I don't know too much about it too much, you know.
I don't think anyone does, really.
I've never seen it, so it's kind of hard to say that it's out there. But I don't know. It's almost like a belief too, you know. It's kind of like faith. You can't really see it, but you believe in it, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
What are you guys' predictions for next year, for 2021?
2021 predictions. Well, I think this is still going to carry over until at least the first quarter, the half of next year for sure, you know?
COVID situation, yeah.
Yeah, just all the requirements and all the masks, and now that the vaccine thing is coming out.
I don't think shit's gonna change really.
Not
I don't think any be different at all. Like, we just switched presidents. They've all been the same. There's some that are more ridiculous than others, but for the most part. And then anything can happen, you know? We're so vulnerable as humans, and we tend to forget that. And this is like a little reminder of like how vulnerable we are. So I don't think anything is really going to change. It can just either get worse or get better.
That's true.
One of the two.
Yeah.
You guys have any New Year's resolutions?
Don't kill each other in quarantine.
That's resolution.
Yeah, we're all trying to.
If that's hers, I need to get like security cameras.
That's his resolution of staying alive.
Stay alive.
Yeah, like, what happened to Joshua? Oh, the aliens took him.
Yeah, right. E.T.
No, I'm just getting everybody's little take on that. Just like at the end, just get everybody's thoughts on those questions. I'm doing a Project Bluebeam episode. That's what I'm saying. It's either UFOs and aliens are real and they're visiting us, or some trickery or something. Somebody's like a distraction, false flags, all these. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be a little bit of both, you know what I mean? But who knows?
Yeah.
Cool theory.
The people who sell the panic also sell the pill too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll leave that in.
Oh, good, Josh. That's a good one.
All right, man. I hope you guys have a good New Year. Adrian, what's good, my brother?
Good.
Good. All right, man. Quick questions. I know you're a busy man.
Just one.
Okay. Are aliens real? And are they visiting us? Or is it a distraction or a false flag?
I don't know. That's all the time I have.
No.
I think aliens are people, man. They're just people too.
Just trying to get the groove on?
You know, I don't discriminate.
Totally can see that. What are your predictions for 2020? What are your predictions for 2021?
I believe it's going to be a new year.
Yes.
No more questions.
No more questions. Okay, on to the next one. What's your? Hey, do you have any New Year's resolution or anything you like?
I'm gonna see if I can, I don't know, make some alien babies.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Have fun. And that was like Rogelio.
Okay, brother Daniel, I'm ready.
Already. All right.
Ask me anything. Ask me everything. Go.
All right. Dude, are aliens real? And are they?
Okay, I'll tell you everything.
Okay. Hey, man, are aliens real? And are they visiting us, making contact, or is it a distraction or a false flag? And if so, who and why are they doing this? What's at play?
Man, I want to say, personally, I want to believe. So I want to say yes, right? I want to believe that they're out there. So I want to say, yeah, you know, it could be a thing. 'Cause, you know, why not? But at the same time, it's like, it's not what they tell. It's not what we're accustomed to hearing about, you know, about aliens and stuff. I don't think it's what we've been programmed to see as a reality. You know, it's almost like if it were to happen, it would be on a scale that we couldn't think of it. You know.
Yeah.
We'd be like, oh, you know, it'd be on a scale where it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know that was a thing. You know, like.
So you think they're just sprinkling a little bit of the truth or whatever here and there because they probably think we're not ready for it? Is that probably a possibility? Or it's a distraction. Could be a distraction.
Could be too. So maybe give you a little bit. You know, one hand tells, like in that show Marco Polo, the 100 Eyes dude, the badass monk who's like, you know, who's trained the
the Khan's son.
Marco.
He says, Polo. He goes, in Kung Fu, he says one hand lies and the other one tells the truth. So I feel like that's what they're doing, you know? They tell you one truth and then they tell you a lie at the same time. So it's almost like, oh, something's happening, true, but not in the way they're telling us. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
So, you know, they kind of plant that seed, but it's not exactly how they say. So the red flags and all the bullshit is the distraction, or they distract you by giving you lies so that, you know, they can continue with their plan, you know? Tame them. Because if they go crazy, it's like, they've been telling, you know, if everyone uprises and goes, they've been feeding us lies this whole time, fuck that. Imagine the world would be complete chaos, dude.
Well, that's
crazy crap.
That's gonna lead into my next question. What are your predictions for 2021? What do you think is gonna go down, man? What do you see?
The vaccine for sure. They're gonna push that shit like it's fucking like they pushed crack in the 70s. They're gonna push that shit out.
People are gonna be selling that at every corner.
Yeah, dude. I got that new vaccine and I got the old one. Buy two old ones, get one free, or get this new one for you know?
Yeah.
They're gonna be pushing that shit real nasty. I wanna see Bill Gates get it. If I wanna see those dudes.
Yeah. I wanna see it come out of the same vial. Like same syringes getting filled from the same vial, and him take it and I take it.
Yeah.
Did you see that fuckery too on that video of those doctors or nurses from El Paso, and that guy just injects them with a needle or a syringe that's like nothing's inside of it. It's like already pressed down. Like if there's like fluid or anything inside it, the thing will be already extracted. But the thing was already pressed down. Like he put it in and he realized, oh shit, you can see his hands kind of like fuck, and he tried to play it off. Everybody was fucking shitting on that dude, man. I guess later, or I don't know, the next day he had to retake the test. So either he took it twice, or I don't know, who knows if he even took it the next time. He probably just shot him up with some vitamins.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see these dudes. If Fauci took it, didn't he take it? Didn't they show him taking it or something?
Yeah, and he said it like, oh yeah, like there's a video of him getting shot in the left arm.
Yeah,
and there's an interview of him on like talking to someone. He's like, yeah, the next day I'm just sore, and he pointed at the other shoulder, like who gets like a shot on the left and feels it on the right.
It's fucking stupid, and we don't know same thing. So okay, that's a fuck up right there. How do we know he even? Yeah, we seen him get injected. Oh, like you said, it could have been vitamins. It could have been a fucking dud. It could have been, like we don't know what's in that. Something to feed his fucking. What does fucking brother Aaron say? Fucking shape-shifting Jesus. Yeah, dude, I don't trust anything, dude. Like, if anything has come out of history, you can't really trust the government. The government just want to be in power, and they get crazy. Power corrupts. Everybody knows that shit.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. What's your New Year's resolution?
Maybe give more. Maybe put myself in a position where I can give more, whether it be money or time for something, for someone that needs it, or then maybe give more.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing, man, for everyone next year. Try to just give more, let everybody get back on track. You know what I mean? It's going to be hard for a lot of people, more so than others. I think in order to get to some balance, we probably all need to chip in, huh?
Yeah, because if you think about it, everyone's already in that scarcity mode. Oh shit, things are gonna run out. Fucking this, that. Hey man, aren't you? We fucking hindsight when you think about it, that bidet was a good idea, dude. Because everyone's running around fucking trying to get toilet paper, but if you got a bidet, sheesh, you ain't got to worry about nothing. But yeah, everyone, you know, especially now, is probably their mentality is to take because out of survival. But if you give, kind of puts you in a cooperative mindset instead of like self, you know.
Yeah.
What it do, Danz?
What it do,
Hey, buddy.
Got them iron lungs, boy. What are you doing?
Nothing. Just go to get ready for work.
You know, just right off the bat, tell me what's up, man. Tell me what you think. Be real. Are aliens
Always, baby.
Always. I like that. Are aliens real? And are they visiting us, making contact? Or is it a distraction or a false flag? And if so, who and why are they doing this?
Oh, fuck. It could go either way, man. I don't have no proof on anything, so I mean, I've seen weird shit, but I don't know. It could be the government pretending to be aliens, or it could be aliens.
What are your predictions for next year, 2021?
Fuck. Well, for me, I hope it's a good year. I hope everyone has a good year. I mean, they're gonna keep coming out with bullshit as far as the news and the media and all that shit. They don't ever stop, bro. You know, they love to point fingers and fake blame people and fake news, and fuck, it never ends. So I don't watch cable TV.
So you're saying people should stop with the mainstream media and listen to little podcasts like Conspiracy Dummy instead?
Yeah, totally. They should put down their phones and TVs and fucking go start living life.
Yeah. Next, what's your New Year's resolution, bro?
I don't got one.
No.
Every day I try to do something a little more than yesterday, so it's kind of hard to make a New Year's resolution already. I don't know. I just hope it's I mean, life's gonna go on living, you know what I mean? They don't want to end life, you know, whether they try to get us all herded under one government or one type of money, or, you know, they're not gonna want to just like kill us all. They want slaves. I heard one time someone say, a real slave you have to house and feed. An economic slave, they house and feed themselves. So that always stuck with me. It's like, damn, they really fucking tricked us. They used to house and feed us, and all we would do is work, and then now we have to work, house and feed ourselves, and fucking stress about everything else. But yeah, they got us good already.
All right, man. Well, that's cool. Wish you the best. And
Oh yeah, you too, Dan.
you know what? Keep fucking hustling, man. Keep doing your thing in the next year.
Hell yeah.
Keep on trucking.
Hell yeah. Slamming them doors.
Waving foes. Breaking down the hose. What's up, man? Hey, what's good, Joel? How you doing?
Chilling, bro.
Real quick. Are aliens real? And are they visiting us? Or is it a distraction? A false flag? And if so, who and why are they doing it? What's the purpose?
Well, first of all, I don't fucking know. Straight up. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know. No, who knows? Really, who really act like they know?
That's
People
true.
in high places, right?
That's
you know?
true, man. That's true.
But anyways, I digress. Like, in my opinion, you know, have you ever, like,
to me, there's theatrics, and all that shit comes into play in life. The French term for glamour is charm, le charme, to charm spelled. It's glamour, appeal, fascination, hornbeam, brightness, shine, brilliance, luster. It's really how I feel about the whole subject. That's how I really feel. So, I mean, there's been tons of events that I can name that this has happened. And, people are really distracted. And who pulls the strings? A lot of people might be like the military industrial complex. That's what I think. And people in high places, like the 1%, that's always going to come up in everybody's boogeyman list.
So they've been involved with this long con? 'Cause it's a long con, bro. Goes
yeah,
way
bro.
back in the day.
I mean, and we're easily influenced. Look at it. We're so easily influenced. We're talking about this subject because of it.
It's true. So, what do you think? What's your predictions for next year, man? 2021.
The end of COVID, world peace, Wu-Tang drop a new album. Wu-Tang forever, baby.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang's for the children. And so are we. Conspiracy dummies.